Good afternoon, everybody. We just got fuel in I can't remember city, Alberta, and the topic of discussion for this afternoon is the Theseus paradox. And so Theseus was a great Greek explorer, and Theseus went on a long boat journey. And along this boat journey, his sail broke. So he stops, replaces his sail, carries on his journey. Again later on, his mast breaks, replaces the mast, carries on his journey. Well, this continues to happen. He goes on a very, very long journey. And things break, and he replaces them. And the paradox comes with all of these items that have been replaced. Does he finish his journey in a new boat or the same boat? Meaning, at what point of replacing parts does it not become the original object? So another way to describe this is if you get a really old car and you refurbish this car and you replace its chassis and you replace its brakes and you replace its engine and you replace its body panels, is it actually the car that you were supposed to be refurbishing? And so the way I look at it is a very, very official sort of way, in that if I buy an old car and go to refurbish it, it is still the same car as long as I never have to change over the title or change the insurance. So it might not have any of the same components. In reality, it's the same car. And people would argue that, yeah, the pieces have been replaced, but if I bought a 67 Mustang and I refurbished a 67 Mustang, and here at the end is a 67 Mustang, it's the same car. Conlon disagrees with this argument and says that it would be a new one. And then, of course, he pulls out statistics and financial figures. And so that's one way to look at it. You leave with a boat, you come back with a boat. It's the same boat, no matter how many pieces have changed along the journey. Where this doesn't work, I have thought, is with people. Meaning, people can change and change and change, and they're the same person. Or at least the rule's not 100%. So they can change and change and change, but they're still the same person. So you graduate from college, you have a best friend, 15 years later you see this best friend and they've lost 300 pounds. Completely different person. Or whatever the situation might be, you see them again, completely different person. But you still know it's them. Or you see a child and you know them growing up and they're like 5 years old, and the next time you see them they're 25. They're really a completely different person on the outside, but you still know it's them. On the flip side of that coin, let's look at like shell shock and people with PTSD. Externally, they haven't changed at all. They still look like the exact same person. But they would come home and somebody would say, I don't know this person anymore. They're completely changed. They're a completely different person than that I knew before. And so the Theseus paradox, I think, works really well for objects and not so very well with people. Captain's Log, signing out.